What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. We are not going to bury the lead. We will do our NCAA bracket shit, but it also NFL free agency started. And since we only record once a week, we're going to have to hit the high notes and then visit free
Oh
agency
shit!
next week. But
I totally forgot since we last recorded too. Bum, bum, bum,
this is
bum,
how Seal's doing, by the way, y'all.
bum.
Baseball has started.
MLB ain't dead. All right,
Well,
we can do that.
So we got to hit these we got to hit these headlines quick. We will, I promise you, visit the free agency a little bit more next week, but we're just going to kind of hit our two teams, hit some heavy hitters, but we'll hit the full league as a whole next week because we do want to get our NCAA, since that starts while you guys are listening, probably, if you don't wake up early to listen. But still, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm great, man.
I know you're happy.
If you're hearing this, yesterday started the official league. So, hey, football is back, baby. Legal tampering started a couple of days ago, or yesterday, maybe 2 days ago.
It'll be 2 days ago when they're listening.
Yeah. So, and man, has it been fucking awesome for us. We solidified a solid cornerback that we did not have at 2 and 3. We had Trey Herndon, who the PFF people think he's awesome because he doesn't really guard that great of people. But now we got 3 good guys. And oh yeah, we have weapons that can catch the ball that are known outside of Duval County. Zay Jones, who can levitate. It's weird as shit. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's absolutely awesome to see. And then we got Christian Kirk, who we overpaid for. A lot of people are thinking so, but like he said, he's been doubted his whole life, and he was just racking up numbers way more than AJ Green. Was topping up there with Hop for the most part, and he has way more skill set than any receiver we had on our team. It's like a young Marvin Jones mixed with a DJ Shark who isn't mind getting touched. And he's just a really, really good weapon. And getting Zay Jones, he really frees up a lot. Kept Marvin around. So, yeah, I'm really fucking excited. And, oh, yeah, we get some help on the offensive line. And Brandon Sheriff, however you say his name, I appreciate the hell out of you for choosing us over the Commanders. And you the man, bro.
Well, you guys gave him a lot of money, 30 million guaranteed,
57 total for 3 years. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. Christian Kirk is now our highest paid player by year or by full salary. I think he's the 4-year that I was thinking of.
Yeah, 84 million total.
Yeah, so he broke the bank, and I think he's going to be worth it. And I'm extremely happy because we all cannot stand Balk, however you say his name. I think it's Balk, but can't stand him. He doesn't do things right. Doesn't know how to really swing the bat, and when he does, he misses. I don't like that we got rid of Miles Jack for fucking $8 million a year that the Steelers gave him for 2 years. We could have easily gave that to him. Is he worth $8 a year? Probably not. Yeah. But he's one of those guys. He's one of those Udonis Haslams on the Heat that you just like to have around. He's really good for the community, probably more than the football field. But still, he was our leading tackler at the same time last year. So why the fuck not give him 8 a year? I was thinking he was going to get around 9. But yeah, I'm still extremely excited. We looked at the areas that we really needed to get going, and I thought we weren't going to do shit. That's why I've been really heavy on the draft with you outside of the podcast.
Right.
So now I can kind of calm down. And hey, let's go get that boy Thibodeau or Hutchinson. Now I don't give a fuck if we get Hutchinson. That's fine.
That'd be dope. That'd be really good.
And that's really, really fine with me. We got a Figueroa and Kukamachu, dude. We got 2 really good guys on the defensive end, a linebacker and a defensive end, I believe.
It says really defensive tackle on the thing.
Defensive tackle. Yeah, he probably is a defensive tackle. Really good at pass rush, and the other dude is really good at covering the pass and the actually pass rush and run stop. And we really need help with run stop because we play Derrick Henry twice a year. So right. I'm really, really ecstatic, but it seems like I have been the last couple of years, and it's been shit since 2017.
Yeah, but this year you guys have actually decided to spend. You guys look like you're willing to pay some money. I texted my brother. So my brother's a Jags fan as well, for all you listeners. And as soon as I saw the very first, who was the first one? The first one was Evan Ingram, right? Like just right off the bat or something.
No, Sheriff was right off the bat.
Sheriff. Okay, I texted my brother and I said, "Oh shit, it looks like Balk's trying to save his job," and he said, "I hope so." And then like 3 hours later, he texted me and goes, "Yep, looks like he's trying to save his job because he just started locking in these dudes," and I mean that's huge because obviously the whole Jags organization is under fire, right? They're on the hot seat right off the bat, and the goal that they have to have is to help Trevor Lawrence. That is what you do. That's how you win. So they franchise tag Cam Robinson. We knew that was going to happen. They re-signed Tyler Shatley, and then they went and got Brandon Sheriff. They got 3 pass catchers. They are helping out Trevor Lawrence, and that is exactly what you want to see. The draft can help the defense. Their defense is already okay, but they've already proven to Trevor Lawrence, we want to help you. We want you to get better. And so that's really exciting that they're going to do that.
We really have to hope that we can get a what's his name? Holy shit, I can't believe I did that. Allen Robinson back. Because Doug Peterson, he really likes to go downfield. I think that's the big thing in getting Evan Ingram, because a lot of teams were looking at him to be a wide receiver,
right?
And on their teams. So
well,
hopefully
we'll be able to
blocker. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to look at him more of what Zach Ertz was doing for the Eagles, not blocking for shit. Now he had to learn how to block, but prime Zach Ertz wasn't blocking for shit.
Right.
And so hopefully he can do something like that in Doug Peterson's offense. But we really need an Alshon Jeffrey type guy, a Allen Robinson type guy, to really be able to come in and just find the middle of the field and sit down, which opened up a lot for holy fuck Deshaun. Was Deshaun on that team? No. Who was the slot receiver on that team? Number 18.
On the Eagles?
Yeah. Was it Macklin? Was that his name?
Jeremy Macklin, maybe.
But whenever Alshon was going and hitting those deep routes, by the end of the game, he was getting them bitches slung in, and they were getting them going because the linebackers were syncing up, not giving up the stupid quick routes or the LeGarrette Blount handoff by the end of the game. So with what we have going with us, but we're fine at quarterback and running back. We just needed the fucking 7 pieces that we picked up to really get it going. And yeah, man, I'm excited. Everybody's starting to forget Doug Peterson's our head coach. He's 4 years out of a Super Bowl. We should have been facing him in that Super Bowl. So yeah, you got to be pretty fucking excited for the pieces he got.
What I think is really smart for you guys, because a lot of people see that you lost DJ Chark and like literally basically let him walk away. And
he said the whole time, because he was on injury, he was saying the whole time he was ready to come back to a winning team.
Yeah.
Detroit, baby.
That would make people frustrated, right? Like fans just initially just looking at it. Oh, we lost DJ Chark. That's frustrating. But when your team is looking and they're sitting in this think tank, and you guys are the second pick in the NFL draft, right? Third pick, something like that. You're not good enough, period. If you're the second pick, can we lose DJ Chark and get 7 pieces that are going to help us instead? Like that's a thing that these organizations have to think of. So when you zoom out, it's great. It's not great to lose DJ Chark. It's never going to be great to lose a guy like that, but it's going to be helpful in the long run that you got all these people.
Listen, I love the guy. DJ Chark was awesome. He was a Pro Bowler. I think the last Pro Bowler we had, because we didn't have any this past year.
Right.
So he was a Pro Bowler. He's a good, fun guy, but he's scared of contact, man. And you really see it at the games. And people always talk about it after games and like, man, yeah, he might have had 7 catches, but if he was a fucking dog, he would have had 12. Like, he just doesn't like contact. He gives up. He doesn't force the flag to be thrown. He'll just let them have their way and say, all right, cool, you're not going to give it to me, you're good. And so I think Doug heard about that, saw that on tape, and was like, yeah, this isn't the big body receiver, because he's a big fucking body, but he's like, yeah, this isn't the guy that I need, and I'm not giving him the money he wants. He got a nice little check.
Yeah.
No little 1-year deal with the Detroit Lions, the winning franchise he was looking for. But God, so
hey, Jared Goff, bro, he's gonna win.
He decided to sign with them. Like, I get Miles Jack going to the Steelers. They really are a decent quarterback away from having a shot.
Well, is Trubisky the guy? We got to talk about that next week.
We'll talk about that.
Trubisky's not.
I get Miles Jack's choosing the Steelers, but bro, there's 32 fucking franchises, and you choose the team that we're fighting for the top pick every fucking year. Get the fuck out of town, bro.
Right.
Have a nice one. Still, hey, DJ, if you ever watch this, I love you to death, bro. You're one of my biggest fans, or I'm one of your biggest fans when it comes to Jaguar receivers. You are the shit, but you don't like getting touched, bro, and I've always had a problem with it. And now that you're gone, I can actually voice it. It's not hate, it's heart, and hopefully you learn from it, bro, and you become a stud.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's shift gears real quick and let's talk about the Bucks. The Bucks are mostly re-signing. The huge headline that I guess we have to spend some time on before it becomes out of the mainstream is that Tom Brady decided to come out of retirement. He came back.
You're so happy.
Seal called it. I didn't call it with him because I don't want us to just be this unanimous thing, but it was a pretty foregone conclusion that he wanted to come back. I was saying he would come back and try to go to San Francisco, but it looks like the Bucks aren't going to allow that to happen.
Did you see how it transpired?
It's huge.
Him
Yeah, I
coming
mean,
back.
yeah.
He watched 37-year-old fucking Ronaldo do a hat trick to get Man U going, and then he got out on the field to take a picture and was like,
I could do this.
yeah, I'm not fucking leaving.
So he's coming back, which leads to a lot of re-signings. We don't have to cover all of our re-signings. We did a bunch. A few that I want to cover though is obviously our new signing. We'll get to him in just a second, but we re-signed all these people. We franchise tag Godwin, which by the way, like everybody hates the franchise tag, but this is the third year in a row that Chris Godwin's getting franchise tag. So bro is making money. All right. So don't feel too bad about him. I think he's making $60 million because of it.
And
so whatever.
If they wouldn't have franchise tagged him 3 years ago, he wouldn't have a Super Bowl ring right now. So
yeah, exactly. And he probably wouldn't be making $60 million either. So congrats to him, I guess. But we're signing all these people. But what I did want to talk about is a couple of signings that we lost. Ali Marpet. He retired at 29 years old, and it looks like he actually wants to stay retired. He doesn't give a fuck about Tom Brady. He just wants to get out with his money and his sanity. So what we did is we re-signed Aaron Stinney, which is his backup, which is great. He's not the greatest. He played in a playoff game and it went poorly, and I talked shit probably to Seal over text, and he sucked dick and he just let Aaron Donald through. But who doesn't let Aaron Donald through, right? So we went and we signed Shaq Mason also, or not signed. We traded a 5th round pick for Shaq Mason, the Patriots guard, which is great. Just trying to get these pieces back together because Ali Marpet is a huge loss. So we re-signed all these people. I count Mason as kind of a re-sign because he's just a guard. Nobody really cares. He's just a thing. But what we did sign is we signed Russell Gage. And I said this the day before we signed Russell Gage. So actually it was probably the day or before we agreed to sign Russell Gage. I was just looking through the free agents and looking through everything. And I said, probably the most underrated receiver, one of the most underrated receivers that I've seen is Russell Gage. And we need to replace Antonio Brown because he's a shithead. And Russell Gage was better, in my opinion, than the other receivers on his team, even though, and statistically he was better, even though he doesn't get a lot of the limelight. And then not even 12 hours later, we agreed to terms with Russell Gage. So I was ecstatic. Am I crazy at just being a Bucks fan, or should I be ecstatic about this?
You should definitely be ecstatic about it. If you play fantasy football, then you know all about this guy. You were pissed off you weren't able to get him in your waiver wires in week 12, week 13, when Cordell Patterson shit the bed and Matt Ryan actually had to start throwing the ball down the field, and Gage started to fucking eat. He's a guy that you can rely on. You know that you can rely on for 15 targets a game. He's going to come down with 12, 13 of them. You know that's going to happen. So if you tell a guy who was getting that much, trickling down the field, getting 180 yards a game, hey, bro, listen, we got Mike Evans, we got Chris Godwin on the outsides. This whole 15 yards is you, bro. Go to work. That boy is going to be fucking cooking this year. And that's going to give a lot of breathing room to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin when they do all those bunch formations like they like to do. It'll help sink those guys in and be able to free them up on the outside, and then big boys can come down with the football there. So yeah, I think that's going to help you guys out a lot and ease up a lot of things for you.
Yeah. The only thing so far that I'm worried about, and hopefully the draft will cover this if we don't sign somebody the next couple of days, is Gronkowski's going to retire. I kind of hope he doesn't come back, not because I don't like him, but this man is beaten. This man is bruised. This man has served his purpose. Thank you, Gronk. We love you. Go do your thing. But Cameron Brate and OJ Howard are both free agents. So we need a tight end. We need to find a tight end, and not only one, we need to find two, because that's what Tom Brady likes to do. He likes to run those two. We need to run with his system. So I'm hoping we sign, and we don't need some ridiculous tight end, right? Like we don't need the Hunter Henrys of the world. We don't need these crazy pass catchers. We just need two guys
Oh,
that
you
can
guys were
come
going to
in
be in on Evan
and do their
Ingram.
thing. Yeah, I thought so too. But I'm thinking we might re-sign one, either Brait or Howard. We'll re-sign one, and then I think we'll draft another one in like the second or third round. And as long as we can have two guys out that are above average, we'll be fine. But we do need to address that because Tom Brady loves his two tight end sets, and we got to make that happen.
All right.
So we're gonna move on, guys. I know a lot has happened in football. Come back next week. It's going to be a huge football, as most of our episodes are, but we have a lot to talk about. So we are going to move on. So all you Steelers fans, all you Commanders fans, all you Chargers fans, because they are going to get a huge shout out. All you guys come back next week. We'll talk about it. But before we get to NCAA, let's talk about what you just did at the beginning of the podcast. Baseball is back. They did their thing. All 162 games are going to be played, which is exactly what you said. You said they're going to just fit it all in. You said they're going to do these doubleheaders. They're going to do these 5-game series in 3 games or 3 days. They're going to do these things, and there's just no spring training. So we're not going to dig deep into baseball. It's still got a month.
Pissed about that.
But a couple weeks. We saw no spring training. What was this? Maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago?
Yeah,
and
the year before I moved here.
Absolutely affected the league. The first month of baseball was the shittiest baseball I've ever seen in my life. So be ready for that.
Yeah, but, I'm pissed off, bro. There's four professional teams that have minor league teams within 5 miles of me. I have one a mile and a half this way, or at one park that houses 2 of them, and then another park that houses 2 of them 3.5 miles that way. So spring training for me is fucking amazing. So, I mean, I don't ever capitalize on it.
Does Cooper like baseball?
Fuck no. We went to his first game. We went to a minor league game. When was it? Like August. And went to a minor league game, and after like inning 3, he's like, "Can we leave?" I was like, "No, I'm bored." I was like, "What the hell? You're not having fun? You don't like it?" He's like, "No."
All right, because spring training is the place to be for a kid that's just a fan of baseball. You get every autograph that you could ever think of. You get to see whoever you want, from like as close as from me to the camera on my laptop. It's unbelievable. I'm sure you've been to some spring training living in Florida, growing up in Florida. I've been to the Wide World of Sports whenever that was a thing. And I've been to the one here in Arizona, the one that the Dodgers do in Arizona. And it's the most interactive that you're ever going to get. It's super amazing. It's so fun, but sucks that your kid doesn't like it. So
yeah, I've been to a couple. When I first moved here, I would go to them it's only a month. So I think I went to one a week. And it was always the Cardinals playing somebody. Every year it seems I go to a random game, because one field is the Cardinals and the Marlins, and it's always the game where they're playing each other. And it was cool because sometimes I would see Albert Pujols, but nobody on the Marlins is relevant at all. I did get to see Juan Carlos when he was on the team, but like, yeah, it's cool to see the Cardinals players. Adam Wainwright, I got to see him pitch. I think I got to see Carpenter. But yeah, I've seen a couple. Ichiro. I saw Ichiro played the Cardinals when I first moved here. So yeah, it's awesome. And it's $30 a ticket, and the hot dogs are $1.50, and the beers are $4.
Yeah.
Can't fucking beat it. And it's the best. But I usually get the standing room only tickets for the Red Sox games, because they get sold out quick as shit. But yeah, I was really pissed off. The Red Sox were playing 2 games at the field right down the way, and 1 game at the field in Jupiter. So I was definitely going to go see them at the 2 games here, because it was one at 4 o'clock and then the next day at 1 o'clock. And it was a Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm usually off those days. So I was pissed.
But I mean, we're very excited that baseball is back. We will talk about it. The opening day is what now? April 12th, April 14th, something like that. So we'll talk about it as it gets a little closer. But
literally, the only thing I know is that Chris Sale is hurt again, and that's all I've learned. I saw on my phone that they reached an agreement. I haven't cared to look at it because I know the players got fucked. I don't really care when it comes back. I'm pissed off that part of the agreement wasn't the trophy owner, the piece of metal owner wasn't fucking kicked out of the league as commissioner.
Right.
That should have been one of the rules and regulations of the agreement. But yeah.
Now the Dodgers re-signed Clayton Kershaw, and everyone
So with Bauer Hour, y'all still got him for a while, right?
he is locked in for 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Nice.
So Bauer's not going to play. We're not going to play him. We honestly don't need to play him. I don't mind playing him. I was talking to my buddy Jake, who's a Dodgers fan. He got accused by like 80 women of sexual assault. We're just not going to play the man. So
we should have talked about Deshaun a second. Oh well, next week.
But the issue that I don't want to stay on the Dodgers for too long, but the Dodgers think they're holier than thou. They really do. Listen, I don't like Bauer. I think he's an asshole. I think the tweets he does, the blog posts, whatever the hell it is stupid. But listen, the man can
tweets
pitch.
Are awesome.
Throw this motherfucker out there for once every 5 days. The other 5 days, lock him in the fucking bullpen and tell him to throw pitches. I don't give a fuck. And we'll win 15 games a year with him, and I'd be happy. But we're not going to play him. We're not going to trade him because nobody wants him. It's going to be just a shit show. We're going to waste $200 million or whatever.
When did this happen?
Last year. That's why he didn't play any last year.
What the fuck?
But they all, just like Watson, they all dropped the charges and everything. So he's fine. He could play. But it's just this big old it's this ordeal. He'll probably eventually play. You know athletes.
Is there any looming like federal
No, so all actual legalities have dropped everything. The MLB is still investigating it, and that's it. So he'll eventually play. We have been in the sports game a long time, right? We know he's gonna come back. He's gonna play. If it helps us get a ring, then so be it. But I mean, I personally don't like Bauer. I didn't like Bauer when we signed him, but the man can pitch, and he's funny. So
I'll take him.
I don't care.
We're trying to get Freddie. We're trying to get Freddie Freeman.
We are too, but we're not going to get him. But anyways, baseball's back. We'll talk about it later. We've been here 20 minutes, so let's move to the main post because we were 40 minutes last week before we moved to the main thing. So we're halfway better than we were before. Let's move on to, first of all, the reason I'm wearing Gators is because we suck. No, just kidding. This is the only college shit I have besides this UCF stuff. We did win the first game in the NIT, so congratulations. But March Madness is here. Nobody cares about the NIT, so go Gators. But anyway, I'm going to make a podcast tournament challenge thing. So we're just going to kind of go through real quick our regions while I'm picking. I'm not going to do every game with you guys on the air, blah, blah, blah. But
we do need to make one for Eddie and shit.
Well, me and Seal are going to make one we're going to collaborate for a No Scrubs Allowed one. And it's going to be on Seal's favorite podcasters thing because I don't give a shit. But it's on, I don't want to give shout outs to people that aren't our thing, but NCAA.com, most people don't use it. It has the best autofill bracket predictor thing that you can have. ESPN has an okay one. NCAA has a great one. Now their user interface sucks. All the rest of the stuff sucks. But
all right, so he uses his computer for literally everything.
I do.
He refuses to go on the app.
Is the app good?
Bro, the app's amazing. He refuses to go on the app, which is literally what the website has been fucking like cared and made for, is for it to go on your phone.
Oh, well, maybe the user interface is good.
Most things in the world. But
maybe the user interface is good then, whatever. Well, on the computer it's not.
Everything.
On the computer it's not.
All right, but we're gonna freaking draft things, the DraftKings and shit. You were on the computer. I'm like, bro, I decided to use that one over the fucking app. You're like, app? They got apps? I'm like, yeah, everything
dude.
has an app.
I'm like 50 years old, but except I know some sort of technology. All right, so
hey, girl, send me an email.
I'm gonna try to not get our YouTube video disconnected, but I'm also gonna share my screen because fuck it, right? And we're gonna do this. So are you able to see my screen still?
Yeah.
I don't know if the podcast can see the screen, but if they can, cool. If not, or if you can, YouTube's probably blacking this shit out right now. But if you can't, it doesn't look like you can tell where I am, right?
Yeah, no, we're giving credit to NCAA.com.
Exactly. I already gave them credit. So, all right. So we're going to look. So 3-point percentage, Let's just do this quick. We don't want to be the most boring people in the world doing our stat things, but is 3-point percentage important?
For sure, absolutely, especially in the tournament.
I agree. Fast break. I say medium. It's okay.
Fast breaks, medium.
Okay.
It doesn't really, yeah, I'd go low because it doesn't matter too much once you get down to the gritty of the big games.
And steals per game is a thing. So you can get the steals without caring as much about the fast break.
Field goal percentage, I think, is a big thing.
Yep. You got to make shots. Free throw percentage.
Yeah.
Let's keep it medium then.
Yeah, medium.
It's important in like 5 minutes of the game. That's about it. A defense, opponents' points per game.
That definitely matters.
It's big. Defense wins championships, right? That's the thing. Points per paint, points in the paint.
That doesn't really matter too much, just because
I don't think so either.
Conference play, you can have people who score 50 points a fucking game in the
against like Weber State or some shit.
Yeah.
No offense to Damian Lillard. Points per game in general. Huge. That is literally the name of the game. So you got to win that.
We've learned that's why we call it madness. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. I don't care who the seed is if you're not the better team. Win percentage, again, I'm gonna give it medium. Do you want it any higher?
No,
because it matters. But there's those teams that can beat up on nobodies and have 3 losses in the season.
Yeah, if we put that high, South Dakota State's going to be number 1.
Exactly. All right, so now we're at steals per game, which
that absolutely matters
and really important. So we turn down fast break points per game, but steals per game are important because then you're getting that chance, and it might not be the fast break point, but you're going to get the points off turnover, which is a little bit later in the thing. So personal fouls, I personally don't give a fuck about. What do you think, Sil?
Same. Don't give a damn. Everybody gets fucking 5. Use them while you can, boys.
Yeah. So, all right. Are they on a streak? Are they streaking, Seal? What do we want?
That absolutely matters to me. Personally, I want to know because usually when you get into a tournament in the last 10, it lets me know how you did against. Usually at the end of it, you got your rival and you got the guys that are actually good in your tournament.
Yeah. Well, you have those games that are like the Michigan team, right? Michigan started out like 7-11, and then they went on a tear. Now they're only an 11 seed, but they went on a tear. They looked good, and then they dropped their last 2 games.
And then their last 10 percentage hit significantly.
Yeah.
Like Jawan's hit was pretty significant.
So block shots.
That's a medium for me, just because it's hard to call. We saw with UCF. If we would have put block shots high in 2018, you would have lost a lot of fucking money.
It's hard with this specific because it's just a blocked shot, right? And a blocked shot can literally go right back to the shooter, and he just lays that shit up.
Yeah.
So it's
that's why that guy 2 things down is the most important thing.
That's the important one.
The most important thing for me, what I look at offensive efficiency, defense efficiency, and points off turnovers. That's the 3 things. Actually, I need to go on and make one with just those 3 tabs at full and see what other tab even in there.
So offensive rebounds, I love offensive rebounds, but I like second chance points better, which is a little bit lower. So offensive rebounds are great, but you need the second chance points. So I'm actually going to lower offensive rebounds just for the sheer fact that I know second chance points is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But points for off turnovers, we love. That's huge. If you can get those points, that's an extra possession for you, and that's huge. Defensive efficiency. We know that defense wins championships, but I'm fine if you're just okay, because it happens more so that the other team's offense maybe sucks and it makes your defense look good. So I would focus more on the offensive efficiency, but you like it high?
Yeah, I'm huge on defensive efficiency.
So Houston is your national champ. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
So net ranking,
they do make a run.
I couldn't give a fuck about net ranking. Like I might even unblock that, unsquare that shit. I don't care, because that ain't my ranking. I don't give a fuck what this other guy has them as. Yeah. Offensive efficiency, I love. I want you to hit your fucking shots.
Yeah.
I want you to do what you got to do. Second chance points. This is what I was talking about. I like.
So real quick. Offensive efficiency isn't just your shooting percentage. It's how efficient was your shot. You're not having to jack up. You're not jacking up 2 seconds on the clock. Fucking 5 foot out of the 3 or a foot inside the 3. shot with a hand in your face. So
Right.
that's what the efficiency
If you
is
come
on
down and
offense.
shoot a logo shot with 25 seconds left on the shot clock, your
Russell
efficiency
Westbrook
is
is the least efficient person on offense of all time. That's all you have to like. That's how
you want to know. So I don't know. You probably don't listen to the same podcasts that I listen to. So I'll tell you. If you go on to Second Spectrum, I'm sure you've heard of Second Spectrum. They do a lot of stats and shit. If you look at people that get, I think it's X amount of shots a game, right? So you have to eliminate the people that shoot like 2 shots a game. So if you get there's 51 people, I think, that shoot, I think it's 20 shots a game, something, but whatever gets like a normal superstar player, right?
Yeah.
The offensive efficiency, Russell Westbrook is twice as bad as the second lowest person. Twice as bad.
I can see it.
It's terrible. All
I
right,
can see it.
so NCAA gives us 2 different things. So there's true shooting percentage and effective field goal percentage. True shooting percentage is 3s, 2s, and free throws. Effective field goal percentage is only 3s and 2s, only shots that are within the offense. Which
I
one
don't
do you
give
like
a
the
shit
most?
about a true shooting percentage.
Okay.
For me, because there are people out there that cannot. They are 0 for 50 inside the arc, but from the arc and from free throw, they're automatic. So that really dilutes a lot for
But
me.
then why are they shooting from behind the arc is the question, I guess.
No, I'm saying the guys that are really good at the arc and the free throw are really fucking good, but they can't make shit. They bum on the floaters. They're horrible getting the boards and putting it back up. And that's what really shows in the effective field goal percentage.
True. So I love assist to turnover ratio. I absolutely love it. How do you feel about assist to turnover? It's one of the most important things to me. I absolutely love it. If you are turning the ball over, you're going to lose. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to lose. Effective is essentially the same as true shooting. I'm going to give it a little bit higher though, because free throws are free throws. I don't give a fuck about free throws. Like I do, but I don't. It's a love-hate relationship. All right, rebounds per game.
Yeah, most of the time down at the end of. Oh, I lagged a second.
Oh, true.
Like most of the times at the end of the games in tournaments, free throw shooting is ass. Like it's not coming down to it unless you're fucking Steph Curry or it's not. RJ Barrett struggled. Zion couldn't make a free throw at the end of that game, really putting UCF in it. And Taco started splashing them bitches down. So
and it
free throw percentage in the tournament doesn't mean fucking shit.
Right. So rebounds per game, I don't care about because again, we have second chance points per game. We have it in there. We have defensive efficiency. So it doesn't matter if you're getting the rebounds because all that's encountered in the other stuff.
Yeah, and some teams have a 7'1" point forward in a conference like the MAC or something.
Right.
Not pointing fingers or anything.
Actually, I'm going to turn that off. And then bench points, I like to just keep average because if you have the best starting 5 in the March Madness, you're going to be playing your starting 5. Nobody necessarily cares, but the bench is also not unimportant. Actually, so I'll make it low, but not
I don't know. Those teams like what is it? Loyola Chicago, Sister Jean.
Yeah.
Like those teams run 7, 8.
All right. So depth is somewhat important, not the most important. All right, so we're going to go ahead and calculate. Now, we're not only going to choose the teams that they say. So if you guys are able to see my screen, NCAA.com, why we love them, is they literally give you a suggested pick based on what you had. Now, we are still going to pick the teams that we think are going to win, but at least these guys now help us. So, of course, Gonzaga is going to win. We're not even going to talk about 1 and 16s and shit like that. Let me move my little camera.
That's insane that they had a 16.
Yeah. So like now that we've put this thing together, it shows that we believe as a podcast that Memphis is on average going to beat Boise State.
And I absolutely agree with that pick.
I do too. They're way more athletic. Listen, the Mountain
West.
Oh,
that was okay. That was the first.
The Mountain West is kind of shitty. The Mountain West is kind of shitty. I don't think personally, and we'll get to more Mountain West in a little bit later. I don't think they're going to win anything. I think they're going to go 0 for 4. We already saw Wyoming lose. So I think they're going to go 0 for 4. So that's just the nature of that beast. So this one, if they're within 10 points, let's talk about them. Otherwise, we're just going to pick them to keep this thing moving. So within 10 points, Uconn and New Mexico State, Our projection is that Uconn wins. And I have not seen shit about Uconn except when I've started researching this thing. And apparently they are like way better than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I've seen too. So when I did my think about it bracket, I was really struggling with picking Uconn.
Me
but
too.
it's hard not to with the shit that you see that they're just as underwhelming favorites in this as New Mexico State would be when you look at articles from them. Like it's really close. Like
so when I did my
like you could kind of see there, they don't really shoot threes that great.
It's hard.
They're
to
really hang them
scroll.
and bang them teams. Like they're just.
It sucks that it's only showing one when I do the.
Scroll. Yeah, they're really. That you don't score a lot, and half their points, like you could kind of see they're coming in the paint. So it just depends on who's bigger, and when you have to think about who gets the better recruits, who gets the bigger 4 or 5 star players, you got to think UConn's big men are going to be able to beat. And that's what these two teams are about. This isn't like a Davidson or a Loyola Chicago who's going to hang 15, 18 threes on you, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, see, that's what I thought of. I pretty much mirror you, which is funny because we didn't talk about this before the podcast, but I think these two teams are 100% even in just their skill set. And so it comes down to what you were alluding to and what you basically said is who's going to get the most possessions because that team's going to win. And I think UConn, because of their rebounding, because of the abilities that they have and their size and the talent and recruiting that they have, they might get 10 to 12 more possessions in this game than New Mexico State. And that's going to cause them to just score more points because that's how that works. If you get more chances, you get more points. And so I'm actually leaning towards UConn.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, and they are really similar. I agree. UConn, but if UConn gets 28 rebounds a game, New Mexico State's getting like 29. If
it's possible,
UConn's getting 37 points in the paint, fucking New Mexico State's probably getting 35 points in the paint. Like they are so. I'm talking about their average. Like just looking at their average, they are so close with everything. They both suck at the three. I think they're both at like 30 and 32.
Yeah, something
like that.
35 and 33. 35 is not terrible, I guess.
But yeah. But they both suck at the three. So it's gonna be a really gritty game. And I think UConn's gonna come out of that 10 out of 10 times.
When I first
still
picked,
there? Calhoun's still there. Calhoun's been gone, huh?
Yeah, he's been gone. When I first picked, I picked New Mexico State without a thought. And then I started doing research and I was like, oh shit, I picked way too fast on this.
Yeah.
This though, before I click in, every bracket that an expert has Vermont beating Arkansas. Just
really
for the record, like everyone. And our thing has it too. See, for whatever reason, Vermont is like the statistical gods. These guys are defensive. They can shoot efficiently. See, look at that. Like they shoot very efficiently. They play defense, but mostly it's just their shooting. But see, yeah, they play defense. They're a defense. They're 3-and-D. They are Mikal Bridges in a team, which is what they are. And so a lot of experts.
A lot of my brackets have Arkansas, but let's go Vermont, dog. I'm down. 3-and-D. That's me. Well,
I listened to a gambling podcast today, and they said their number one double-digit upset pick was Vermont to pick.
Wow.
So, I mean, there are a lot of people that love it. So the Rutgers Notre Dame game is going on right now. Do you happen to know what's happening with that?
No, it was really close at the half whenever I stopped looking. So Carl Anthony Towns and Pat Bev clowned Russ on a corner 3 air ball.
We missed a fucking game, Seal. Notre Dame won 89-87 in double overtime.
No way.
We missed March Madness. So anyways, you guys can
see. Did you just use your phone?
I did. I can use it for ESPN.
So
hey, they know it's Notre Dame. So anyways, this thing now knows it's Notre Dame, but it still picks Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama's gonna win.
Which is what I had anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It's going to look like a way different than a 5 seed separation.
Yeah, it'll be a close game.
Bama's one of the dark horses. Like Bama's, the only reason they're not a higher seed is because you have the Auburns and the Tennessees and the Kentuckys, and they can't really put too many SEC teams too much higher and they kind of fucked themselves near the end of the
So
season.
does it have
but
history on
Bama
this
can
thing?
make a
Doesn't.
run.
Hold on, it has history on the other one. So Bama has beaten Gonzaga. Bama has beaten Duke, I think it is. Let's see. So they've beaten Gonzaga, but they lost twice to Kentucky. They've beaten Houston. They've beaten Baylor. So like they've beaten these number 1 seeds, but like you said, they've lost to the Kentuckys. They've lost to the Auburns. So they can beat anyone and they can also lose to anyone. And that's the nature of the beast. But yeah, I mean, as far as Notre Dame is concerned, they can definitely beat them.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a big
absolutely.
deal. This one.
Texas Tech.
right.
Whoa.
So Montana State is getting so much love. I don't know why. I have Texas Tech going to the Final Four in a lot of my brackets. I don't
Same.
know why these fucking stats, but that's what's great about NCAA.com. Here's a shameless plug for NCAA. It'll suggest that Montana State is the winner, but we know better. We watch real basketball. It's not going to happen. So whatever
Wow.
Montana State does, if they come out and win this thing, we'll feel really bad. But Texas Tech is full of seniors. They have 5th-year seniors. They have dogs. They play defense. I have them literally upsetting Duke and upsetting Gonzaga and going on. So
Hey, remember that guy, Jared Culver, who went to Minnesota and couldn't do shit, but was a freaking lunatic? Yeah, he went to Texas Tech.
and brought them to the Final Four. So.
Yeah.
All right, this is a huge one. This is a close one. We'll actually have to talk this one out a little bit. Yeah, so I have Davidson in a lot of my brackets. Just for record, I make a lot of brackets. I only care about one that I do research. So when you hear me talk about a lot of brackets, it's mostly based on different statistics. But and the one that I care the most about, it is Davidson.
This is crazy. I can see from back here.
So I say Davidson too. The thing is, so if you guys are casual viewers, Davidson's star player, their point guard, is a transfer from Michigan State. So this is crazy. That
they did this on purpose.
They always do this shit on purpose, right? They say they don't, but yeah.
But did you watch the game tonight between Bryant and whatever the team that beat him?
Wagner.
So apparently the other guy,
sorry.
The other guy that was on right, I forget his name, but the kid that went off 20 points at the half
for like 37. He had like 37 at the end of that game.
Apparently they've been like them two go at it all the time.
Yeah.
So
they definitely know what they're doing. Game,
but and Peter Kiss couldn't talk shit at all. I told you to watch out for that game tonight. He went 3 for 10 to start out for the half, and he was silent the whole game.
So I watched him, and I feel like he's a bum, dude. Like he's the leading scorer in the NCAA. So no lie, this is the only game I've ever watched of him. He's not good.
What did he do? His over-under was 25 for the game.
That's his average. He averages 25 points a game.
He had 28, 11 for 25.
Yeah, but he's a scrub, dude. Like I watched him play. He's not that good.
He reminds you of me, right?
Yeah. And like if you were trying to make it to the NBA, I'd be like, he's kind of a scrub. He's not that good. He doesn't have all the weapons. He can't do everything. Listen,
he's just a shooter, and he's one of those guys that finds his stroke and he knows how to get to a spot. Like he's one of those high IQ, like, and that's people are like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I'm just high, like you just find your spot and you fucking shoot. Yeah, but he was off as fuck today, bro. It was crazy to see. And even at the end, when he was just making those stupid shots that he was just trying to throw up, knowing that he had to get at least 25.
Had to get his points. Yep.
Yeah, he had to get points. He was sinking them bitches. And even then, he was kind of getting to a spot, knowing that they were closing out on him because he had been doing the same moves like I do. He only got 5 moves in the bag, buddy. But they were closing in, and he's still sinking them. So I think that game would have went completely different. They ended up losing by, 9 or something? 8 or 9?
Yeah.
But that game would have been completely different if he would have shot even 50% in the first half.
If they would have made it to Arizona, though, he would have dropped 35 on Arizona, and they would have lost by 48 points.
Yeah.
So like, I think he's a scrub. So anyways, I've clicked through the 2 seeds and the 1 seeds that we know are going to win. And
this
now
is the biggest what the fuck for me in the first round. I have made the same bracket because they're going to lose in the next. Whoever wins this one, they're losing the next round. Yeah. But I've made the same bracket twice just because I'm so fucked with this game here. I have no clue. I can't call it. So this one's going to be all on. Like, they can't even, with our stats that we put in, they can't even, like, it's so fucking close, this game here.
Listen, so this is this is Shaka Smart's new team. I don't know if you guys know that. Shaka Smart, the VCU guy that took them all the way to the Final Four, and then he went to Texas and sucked dick, and now he's at Marquette. So that's huge. UNC isn't a good team, but they've beaten Duke. They made a little bit of a run. They ended up losing to Virginia Tech, like everybody
They're
else
an
did.
old team.
They play old basketball. They rebound. They have a bunch of huge white dudes, and like they play this 12-foot and under basketball. Marquette, you guys know them. It's Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, these dudes, and that's what Shaka Smart is trying to get, right? So it's a complete
Absolutely.
clash of styles, and it's crazy that our matchup analysis did this. So what I think is going to happen is both teams are going to be bad. And I think it's going to be just like that game that we predicted earlier, where skill matters, athletes matter, the people that you're signing on and bringing to your college matters. And I just think that's going to err on the side of North Carolina. They're going to get a few more rebounds. They're going to get a few more bounces to go their way as shooters touch, a point here or there. But this is going to be a buzzer beater type of game, and it could go either way. So I personally think that North Carolina is going to win, but we could go with our analysis that has 0.4 to Marquette if you want. Like it's up in the air for me too. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's that much up in the air with me, I would not mind going with the computer. If you think North Carolina's going to win, that's cool. If
well,
you're
let's
that much
put.
up in the air,
I mean, we made our decision based on the things that we put, and they say that Marquette is the better one. So let's go with it because it is going to be that close. This is one that everybody says that Indiana is just going to roll through St. Mary's.
St. Mary's fucking them up.
I don't think so. And our thing doesn't think so. So
I said last week, St. Mary's is my dark horse.
Yeah, you guys need to go fuck yourself. Who keeps thinking Indiana's going to roll? People that say Indiana's going to roll hasn't watched basketball since 1985. Like they just think it's Indiana, so they're just going to be amazing. I don't think so. I think St. Mary's. I'm with you. I think I could see them going a couple more spots. But we'll see. UCLA should roll Akron. Yeah.
UCLA is gonna fuck
LeBum James, and not the city of Akron. I can't say that. That's rude. But
yeah,
the boy
bro, I was
from
about to Akron's, bro. Don't do that. And you can't say fuck LeBron James in Akron because he helps out Akron a lot. You can say just fuck LeBron James. You can never say fuck Akron.
I asked. So our COO graduated from UCLA. So I said, are you guys going to avoid the upset from the LeBron James School of Akron? And he was like, wait, I thought he didn't go to college. And I was like, yeah, but that's
but he pays fucking 100 kids a year's tuition.
Yeah, no, but shout out to the iHeart College or whatever the hell that thing's called. I promise.
They added Kent State to it as well now, I think.
Yeah. But hey, the Akron Zips are here. That's awesome. Good job on you. But you ran into Johnny Juzang. You ran into the team that made it to the Final Four last year. You're not going to have a chance. They brought all 5 of their starters back because they thought they got shafted when Jalen Suggs hit that half-court winner. And they're back to try to win.
All right, but before you look at this next one real quick, before you click it, who do you think is going to say? I think Virginia Tech has a way better chance than people are giving them.
So it's gonna say that Texas is gonna win, unless it really waits the last 10. So Virginia Tech had a mediocre season, but they ran the table in the ACC and they didn't get any handouts. They beat North Carolina, they beat Duke, they beat Virginia. They ran the gauntlet of the ACC tournament. Now the ACC was down, truthfully, but they ran through all 3 big teams in the ACC. So let's see what it actually says. Ooh, it's right there. I thought it was going to say Texas. It didn't. I'm more than fine picking this upset, but Virginia Tech has already won like 7 straight games. So can they truly win 13 straight and make it the whole way? I doubt it.
I doubt it, but they can definitely find a way. This is going to be a big test for them because they know the other people. But the ball they've been playing, dude, has been fucking top notch, and that's something that can stick.
They might be one of the best defensive teams.
They're going to have a 5-day once this starts tomorrow. All right, they play tomorrow, right? Not Friday.
I think so, yeah.
Once this starts tomorrow, they'll have a 5-day break. That's just more time for that's more time for them to perfect their what they've been trying to do and what they've been able to stable their wins with. And I think Virginia Tech's going to roll Texas. Texas is lucky they were a fucking 6 seed this year and were able to
Yeah.
get that matchup. They should have been a 7 or 8.
I honestly didn't even know they would be here. They have a new coach. They have a new Shaka Smart, like I just said in the last thing we were talking about, left Chris Beard, I think it is, at Texas without much because they all left to go with him to Marquette. So the fact that this team is a 6 seed, like that's coach of the year stuff right there, but they're facing a real team now and it's going to be tough. Every real team they faced in the Big 12 beat them. So this is going to be no different. All right. So the last huge game, this I have traded. Ooh, our bracket does not think it's close. I love San Francisco. Now, I'm not going to override a 20-point analysis score, but I love San Francisco. Don't let the score fool you. Watch this game. Don't worry that it's a 7-10. These guys run fast, both teams. They shoot a lot of threes. It's going to be super exciting. If you have to choose between like UCLA Akron and this game, watch this game. It's going to be more fun. It's going to be exciting. But apparently the way we weight basketball games, Murray State's going to have it easy.
Yeah, I don't think Murray State's going to have it easy at all.
I don't either.
But they're going to come out victorious. And
Watching too much
they're going to get the dub. I don't think it's going to be as much as they say, but yeah.
Yeah, I was actually.
Oh yeah, see on the app it just goes all the way down and goes just all the way to the right and shit.
True.
As you pick the teams.
All right, that's easy. I don't know why I clicked that one. All right, Seton Hall and TCU. 10-point difference, but I thought TCU was going to pull the upset.
I picked TCU in a lot of my brackets.
Can I minimize that thing? Oh, I can't. All right. I'm fine going with the computer pick, but
me too. But
I have TCU in a lot of mine
brackets.
Too. It's gonna be a good game.
That's fine. Yeah, hey, at least we have this one where
what?
We win. They are showing some love to some Alabama Dragons. Holy shit.
We've both been to Birmingham, and we can tell you it's not an exciting place.
I ain't been to Birmingham.
Oh, true.
Actually, no, I did. That's where the tunnel is, right before you go into Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through Birmingham. I went through the tunnel.
I'm not trying to talk about
Tennessee.
Hey, UAB, anybody that listens to this podcast that goes to UAB, if you are able to see my screen, I really hope you are.
Bro.
Screenshot that shit because this is the highlight of your season. This is the highlight of your college. I don't know what we picked that makes it think that this is going to happen, but it's not going to happen.
Bro. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Conference USA, OGs over there.
Yeah.
UAB. I think there's still Conference USA OGs over there at UAB. But hey, shout out to y'all, bro. That's lit. If y'all do win, y'all are gonna get fuckered up though in that next round.
All right. So I do have actually Chattanooga in a couple of my brackets.
I have Chattanooga in a couple of mine too.
These dudes can hit shots. These dudes, they can't hit threes, but maybe they can't hit any shots. They hit free throws. Points per game. There we go. Points in the paint. So they're big boys. All right, I had it wrong. They're big boys, but I definitely think that they can go on a run, and our bracket thinks so too.
Our bracket is upset heaven right now.
A lot of them. Ooh, but not here. Jim McElwain and the boys are going to come out. Just kidding. Colorado State. So if you guys haven't watched Colorado State, because nobody has, they have a guy that's on their football team that is a dual sport guy, one of the few dual sport guys that actually plays football and basketball. Most dual sport guys play baseball, but this man is huge. You'll see him.
The Ole Miss guy.
Yeah, the Dingers guy. The guy. He played against UCF and he hit a home run. But Colorado State has one of those guys, and he plays basketball for them. He's actually really good, but he's not their star player. Watch this game. Learn about Colorado State because they're going to make an actual run, and they're pretty good.
If they played Michigan in the first 10 games, Michigan would win 10 out of 10 times, but
there's too much controversy in this game.
You think that Juwan Howard thing is done after this year? You think they're going to be like, yo, listen, I know we told you we were with you for the long haul, but
if they lose in the first round, yeah. If they upset Tennessee in the second round, then he'll be back. but I think they'll lose in the first round. So
Yeah, Tennessee.
look at Longwood trying to make.
Wow.
I'm not trying to. I don't even know shit about Longwood. So
Longwood sounds like a school that's near you.
no. So when I first saw it, our buddy Jason Sanford is from Longwood in Florida. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh shit, Longwood. That's amazing. I didn't even know they had a school. I look into it's from Virginia. It's from some city in Virginia, but they're not about to do anything. So we're just gonna move on from that. But here it is.
That's cool. You gotta think these guys get hyped though. I mean, their school gets tons of money. You gotta think they get tons of gear to take home with them, and they get a free trip, free food.
Yeah.
And like you always see these guys who go, like the baseball cats who go to these big Division I schools, because a lot of colleges, like Long Beach State's a really good school.
Yeah.
So they go into these Mississippi States who have one of the better baseball facilities in the country, and they see this shit. They're all on their Snapchat and shit. It's kind of the same thing with this when they go to the NCAA tournament, because they're playing in big ass arenas that aren't even college arenas. They're big ass. Indianapolis is a fucking football stadium, my guy.
Yeah.
Like it's big ass arenas that these guys get to play in, and they're used to $15,000 fucking souped up gyms.
Yeah. So hey, if they really cool. Just to be fair, like let me go click it back. If they
Loyola Chicago, we can't cuss when we talk about Loyola Chicago.
You literally said, "Oh shit, Loyola Chicago."
I had to take my hat off.
If Longwood gets the bad Tennessee team, they could totally pull an upset here. But Tennessee they just ran the table in the SEC. They won the SEC championship, and so they have a short little rest window. I don't think you're going to get the bad Tennessee team. But whichever team gets the bad Tennessee team is going to win by 20, and Tennessee is going to look shitty. So if Longwood gets that team, they could totally pull an upset, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Me neither.
All right, so put on your good cap, put on your good hat. Sister Jean is here to listen. Loyola Chicago is getting Ohio State, and Loyola Chicago is not the team from last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Neither is Ohio State. This is two reeling teams. They're not good. Our analysis says that Loyola Chicago is going to win. This is a team where neither team is skilled. We talked a couple games ago, or a couple games in the past. Skill is going to win out. Neither of these two teams have the skill. So I think coaching is going to win out. I think a better game plan and execution is going to win out. And I think that tends to go to the mid-major schools. What do you think?
I agree. Sister Jean will be in attendance. She will be praying. She will be hitting. She will be doing her, I forget what her little signature, I think it was the chest bump thing.
Yeah, I think so.
She'll be hitting that. But yeah, gotta give it to Sister Jean here.
Nice. All right, a huge one here. Oh, thank God. It gives San Diego State a huge San Diego State is that team that nobody ever watches because one, they're on the West Coast. Two, they are boring as fuck.
What was that kid's name from Creighton?
Doug McDermott. His dad is the coach of Creighton. Still. Yeah. This team, by the way, is not that Creighton team. If this, I will make a promise to you that this team, neither of these teams will hit 60 points. It might not even hit 50 points, but I'm a little not confident enough to say that. But this, if you're going to pick one of the 32 games to not watch, it's this one. It is going to be a slugfest. Tune into the last 2 minutes because you won't have missed a single thing. It'll be 42-44 and you'll get to watch the end of the game. It's going to be a shit show. But hey, San Diego State is good. That's how they play their game. They are a shit show. Look at that. Just absolute trash. But they play great defense. And they're actually going to hold Kansas to a good defensive game. But like it's going to be shit. Don't watch the game. But tune in. Ooh, that's Richmond. Congratulations on winning your conference.
Rich what?
I want to watch that. I saw it on Netflix.
Rich what?
Richmond.
Rich what?
I saw it on Netflix and I was gonna watch it. I told my girl we gotta watch it.
No, I think it's on It's
It's
on
on
Disney,
Netflix.
isn't it? It's
Well,
on
it's probably
Netflix?
on that too, but it just popped up on the Netflix like last Friday.
What is
Uh,
that?
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
So
That's my shit.
Richmond won their conference. They would not have been in this tournament. So shout out to them. Huge
Was that the
win.
high school?
They actually hit a 3 at like the buzzer to win it. So congratulations to them.
Was
They're
that
in it.
the
That
was that the
wasn't
ones?
the
Oh,
crazy 3.
oh.
But I mean, shout out to them either way. Like they shouldn't be here. They are here.
And they were
And
12th seed.
and so that's
Oh, because
huge
they
for them.
won their shit.
Yeah. But Iowa's gonna make them. It's gonna be done. I think
Now,
it was
Iowa's been
Colgate
playing.
that hit that crazy 3.
Iowa's been hot.
Yeah,
Like,
Iowa's been hot.
hot.
All right, so Providence and South Dakota State. This is the team. South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Bro, them
Are
motherfucking Jack
the
Rabbits, them
team.
motherfucking Jack Rabbits. Let's go.
We made a little pact before this thing that we won't go anywhere shy of 20 points. And this is a 20-pointer, so it's not even a talk about her. But South Dakota State Jackrabbits, apparently, I've never seen a game of theirs, but they are apparently really good because I've done multiple brackets.
Looking at this, I think until the finals when they had to face Gonzaga, they're going to be like plus 8.5 on everything that we go through here. They're going to fuck
luckily,
Iowa up.
We
I
can
personally
override
think that
single digits.
I personally think that they would beat Iowa by 10.
We can override single digits, obviously, but yeah, they're going to have a good metric.
LSU is going to win.
Yeah, LSU is that fire, dude. So they lost their coach. Will Wade got fired, and they went on a tear in the conference championship, and they look better than ever without Will Wade. We don't need to talk about it too much, but I mean, I actually picked them to win in one of my brackets just because I feel like there's a little bit of a fuck you element, and I needed to have a bracket where they win just in case. Colgate's going to roll over Wisconsin, apparently. Good shit.
You got Wisconsin winning, right?
Nah, it was an unquestionable.
Really?
Look at it. You didn't see it, did you?
No.
Oh, no, I guess it's 15 only.
Holy shit. No, that's straight.
It's unquestioned. Auburn's going to win easy. So the last one that we got to talk about in the first round, Miami and USC. So your boy, rookie of the year, Evan Mobley, his brother is still on USC and rolling, but Miami has the same thing. Literally, Miami has every year. They have 2 good guards and nobody else. And they always upset somebody in the NCAA tournament.
But they're not going. The thing is, they're not going to this year because when they had the dude that's on the Spurs. I forget his name with a weird fucking haircut. Who was a 3 guard. Before that happened, I forgot where he is. Probably what's his name even? But it was a 3 guard. They're used to those really athletic South Florida guys who are 6'6", 6'7",
the
who
huge
can shoot
guards.
a fucking 3 in the corner.
Yeah.
And can go in there and bang with a 6'9", 6'10" dude and dunk it in his fucking math. Lee Walker the third, I think is his name, right?
Something like Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker. But he does the same thing against 7'2" fucking grown-ass men. I guarantee you, if practice film ever came out against him and Jakob Puda, who likes to get fucking smashed in the mouth every game because he will not stop trying to fucking block a 15-foot high flyer. Like he can get 10.5 feet. But he's still trying to get them dudes that can jump 13 feet. It's insane.
So you don't believe in Miami to do it again?
Not at all, because that's what they're used.
They always get that first round, though. They never lose.
But like you alluded to, Mobley's there, and he's like 6'9", and he's probably a defensive freak like his brother. I haven't watched a USC game, but yeah,
he's
I appreciate
just
our
as good
guys
at
here.
USC. He's just as good.
But they're wrong on this one. The tournament's going to come down, and that's one of those things. Like the seeds don't matter.
All right, so Gonzaga and Memphis. Now we have another domination.
It's going to be big. I don't think it's going to be that big, though.
The thing is, Memphis can beat Gonzaga, but it's one of those where they have to play a perfect game. Memphis is the type of team. There's not many teams that can beat Gonzaga. Memphis is athletic enough. Memphis is skilled enough. They could do it. But
and Penny Hardaway has already trained them. They will not be scared.
But Gonzaga
will not be scared.
You have to play a perfect game against Gonzaga, and Memphis has proven many times they don't tend to play a perfect game. They're like those John Calipari teams that sometimes when they show up for a nice 10-minute stretch, they're going to outscore you 12-0 in that 10-minute stretch, but the rest of the game they suck. And that's what they're going to do again. All right, UConn against our upset special Vermont. Getting it done. I'm fine with it.
I'm down.
Let's get it done, Vermont. Bama and Texas Tech. This actually might be a really good game. Yeah, it shows it's going to be a really good game. We talked about it already. So Alabama is that team that can beat anybody, and Texas is the old head full of 5 or 5th-year seniors. So what do you value in this type of game? Like a team that can win but can also lose any game, and then a team of veterans that know what's going on and do the exact same thing every game, no matter what.
It's both going to come down to defense, but with both these teams, they both like to press, hit that 1-3-1 on them. And I think it's going to come down to who's able to calm their nerves, and it comes down to coaching. Avery Jones isn't in Alabama anymore. I don't know who the fuck's
He's
there.
the first 4 announcer. Have you heard him talking?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the commentators for the first 4
Really,
games.
I don't know if it's the young guy who was able to help bring that program even more, but they weren't really able to do shit in the SEC this year. And I don't see them able to beat a Texas Tech. They can play them 10 times. They might win 1 or 2. So they're going to have to hope this is the 1 or 2 times. But if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't mind throwing $2,000 or $3,000 on this to win probably 1,200.
Yeah, on average, Texas Tech's going to win, and that's the way we got to pick our thing. So now Steph Curry against Duke. Oh, just kidding. It's not Steph Curry anymore. Why do we still think Davidson's the team? No offense to Davidson, but the only time I remember them being good was when Steph Curry was doing their thing his thing. And ever since then, Davidson's been this hype team that
We look at that logo, bro.
Is that why? Because they have a weird looking cat?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're one of those teams that's like Gonzaga, that's able to get those good guards and stuff and just stay relevant and run their conference. Unfortunately, they're not as fortunate as Gonzaga and get a once-in-a-lifetime coach that they have.
Right, exactly. I don't know who the Davidson coach is. I hope it's the same guy that when Steph was there.
That'd be dope. He needs a raise.
Yeah,
probably about to retire if he's
the same guy. All right, so I think
agree.
Baylor's still gonna put this one down.
Yeah, I don't even think it's going to be that close. I think Baylor's going to score like 65, 70 on them. I think the championship game is going to be a high scoring game for some reason. I keep locking in 70 to 60 something.
Nice.
Ooh, I do not agree with this whatsoever.
All right. So what are you thinking? You think the defense that St. Mary's has is just too strong?
Yeah, and UCLA, they showed last year in the tournament, and they've shown a lot of times this year when they get up against good defense, they are very fucking suspect. And
Arizona ran them out of the gym.
They cannot score in the paint. And what they start doing is they start leaning in and trying to get the fouls, and they're not smart enough. So they start racking up the offensive fouls, and they start getting very frustrated with the refs, and then they start getting texts. And we've all seen how frustrated UCLA can get and what happens on the court with them little kids. But so I think St. Mary's is going to do the same shit Zona did and just fuck them and just absolutely. I don't think it's going to be close. Honestly,
I love St. Mary's. I love how physical they play.
St. Mary's is probably going to get at least 20 points off of turnovers.
I love it. I love how physical they are. I love just what they do as a program. So I'm willing to ride them out. Purdue, I don't feel as high on Purdue. I really don't. I don't know why they're a 3 seed. I don't think they're really that good. And I know it's like a 9-point swing, and we said single digits we can talk about. I'm willing to put an 11 seed through here, even though our thing says not to. But I
understand this isn't a NIT game, and Purdue's not at home, and their home crowd is one of the best in the country.
What does Purdue do to win? Like, why are they so good? Or
scroll down to points in the paint. Let me see if they're the same Purdue team that I know them to be. I haven't watched a lot. Ooh, 39%. That's fucking.
That's both though. Both are 39. Free throw opponents. Points in the paint. Yeah, so they're still that big dude. The big dude.
Yeah, see, that's the thing for me. And if they're shooting 40% from 3, which Purdue's not known to do.
Right.
I could definitely agree with Purdue here. Like they're built big. Virginia Tech isn't. Like Purdue is. I've watched Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament at work.
Yeah, look at that. Offensive rebounds. It's just they're big dudes. That's what they do.
They're built big, and Virginia Tech is not going to get anywhere. Ooh, points off turnover. What's that?
That's Virginia, but it's close. It's pretty much the exact
Virginia
same.
has this. Their backcourt's tiny and fast as fuck.
Yeah, they get steals, but yeah, offensive efficiency seems to be second chance points is always Purdue's calling card.
Yeah.
So that's
Truth
why
good.
they're projected. Okay.
Frick the field goal.
Oh, they have a better bench too. So if it does come down to the, all right.
I definitely wouldn't go because Virginia Tech. They're just if Purdue's that same old 2000s Purdue and can hit threes, they could make a run in this fucking tournament. Actually,
So here's the first big
Wow.
upset that our projections have.
I do not agree with that
It's
whatsoever.
Murray State versus Kentucky, and I am the first guy to tell you that I hate John Calipari. Can't stand him. I never wish him the best. He has not won, by the way, since Anthony Davis, the greatest college player of all time, recent modern college player. The best one and done player of all time, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Anthony Davis. Who's better?
Oh, Devin Booker wasn't one and done though.
No.
I was gonna say showing no love to the boy.
No, the best one and done player, in my opinion.
Derrick Rose, you don't think was his best?
He wasn't one and done.
He wasn't?
No, I don't think. Was he? Maybe he was. But even if he was, he lost to Mario Chalmers.
I think so. Who gives a fuck?
College player is what I'm
wish
saying.
So much I would have graduated high school a year early so I can been at that fucking game. Mario Chalmers.
No, I think Anthony Davis is one of the greatest one and done college players of all time. Probably number one. He led an undefeated Kentucky.
Does he have MVP?
Huh?
Does he have MVP? I'm honest. I'm not trying to.
In college? Yeah, he won it.
No.
Oh, no.
In the pros.
No, in the pros.
Did he get Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
But like, I'm
He
just
has
talking
talent
college
shit,
player. I'm not talking about once they went on to the NBA. His one season in college was one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, that Memphis Kansas games was one of the best games. I think we watched that together. Were we at Jason's house?
I think we
or
did
the
watch
youth
that
house or
together.
something.
Yeah.
But
Youth house, I think.
Holy shit. That
All right,
was
so
a great
let's get back
game.
to this year. So Murray State,
Kentucky by 15.
without John Morant, is still projected to beat
Kentucky's-
Kentucky.
Kentucky is going to go places in this tournament.
Kentucky should be a 1 seed.
They're
This
damn
exact
sure not getting
thing.
stopped by Murray State.
Kentucky should be
Absolutely
the 1
not.
seed over Baylor. I'm not sure why they're not. It should be flip-flopped in this exact region. But
Yeah.
So
Baylor's getting love because of last year and the year before that and the year before that and what their coach has been able to do with that whole
the
program.
scandal and all that shit. That's
Well, I
so
think
funny.
that was that football.
Well, it was both. They had both.
Oh yeah, the basketball was actually a lot more recent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to what was it? What was that college? They released Art Briles because they realized that they were stupid with their decision.
Yeah,
Fucking,
they had
that's what was that's an old what's the coach?
Browns coach.
Browns coach,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. That's
I don't
his team,
remember
yeah.
the team, but
Oh wow.
all right. So we got to a real
Grambling State.
Oh yeah, we got to another good one here. So Tennessee, like I said with the Longwood game, if you get a good Tennessee, they can beat literally anyone in this bracket. But if you get bad Tennessee, they could lose to anyone. I think that's probably what evens up the score here. I don't know what to pick here. I think it really truly depends, and I'm going to be a broken record, but I think it depends on which Tennessee team shows up. And I don't know how long a good Tennessee team can show up.
We know Tennessee can shoot threes. We know Colorado State can shoot threes. We know Tennessee is pretty good at like pressuring and turning the ball over. We don't know about Colorado State, and that could be the difference in this game. So let's go and look at points off turnover real quick.
Well, the thing is, Tennessee gets to play good people. You know, like Tennessee
like 3
plays
points the same, fast breaks the same.
Breaks.
Field goal percentage, they're a little bit better.
It could come down to free throws at the end. Just saying. Their defense is the same. Paint points pretty much the same. Points exactly the same. Seating nobody cares about. That's fine. Okay, so Tennessee has a little better defense.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about fouls. Nobody cares about that.
Tennessee's defense is
Tennessee's
on point.
got some blocks. Offensive rebounds doubles them in offensive rebounds. Points off turnovers, 5 more a game. So that could be that 4 points right there that they're projecting. Yeah. So that defense. The defense is going to be too much.
Yeah, I know Tennessee's defense and their offensive. The thing with Tennessee too, they have about 4 guys at forward and center. Like a lot of teams nowadays, they have 4 guys that they rotate out of the front court and the 3 guard. The Tennessee has about 4 guys that they can keep fresh legs down there. And they're not really that big and tall. They're like 6'8", 6'9" guys, but keeping fresh legs, they don't mind fucking boxing you out and hip pressing 200, hip thrusting 225 pounds for 4 or 5 minutes, knowing they're going to come out.
Yeah, they chase every single rebound.
Bro, it's insane. They fucking, it pissed me off playing them. I liked seeing it against Auburn, watching them go against little fuckface, scallywag, two-face, Bruce, whatever, not Buffer.
Bruce Pearl.
But yeah. Damn.
All right, so the next big upset.
Darn.
The next big upset is Sister Jean over number 2 Villanova. So Jay Wright is probably the best college coach that there is right now. I know there's a lot of candidates, but he's up there. Loyola Chicago plays the same style. So this is going to be a stylistic matchup. It's the exact same. And I honestly don't know these teams enough to combat this analysis score. I know that both teams play defense. Both teams hit threes. Both teams play the game the right way, the smart way. They make back cuts. They pass. They do a lot of stuff. Do you know of anything that Villanova has over Loyola to upset this 4 points that we have here?
I do not.
All right.
All I do know is that Villanova is known for Jay Wright and hitting crazy fucking shots in the fucking Final Four. And I mean, crazy freaking shots, please. Sorry.
If it comes down to a buzzer beater, it's going to be Villanova.
But that's the only way it's going to happen. But for 40 minutes of a game, Sister Jean's going to be on their side. God doesn't care about sports, as people say. So yeah,
clearly he does, though.
I agree with that.
All right, so Loyola is going to win. I skipped through Kansas because it was a double-digit one. South Dakota State is 0.4 over Iowa right now. Iowa, so they still have Luka Garza? Is he still there doing his thing?
No, he was a senior last year, I think. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty fucking positive.
They have some twin that's really good. Keegan Murray, I think is his name. And he's supposed to be their guy, but South Dakota State making waves still. We talked about it. You said after they just dominated Providence that they're going to roll through everybody on our bracket if they can get past Iowa. Here it is. It's pretty much a tie.
Yeah, this is insane.
What do we think?
I don't know what to think.
They hit 45% from 3,
bro. So that was what they did last year. They just literally shot the lights out of everybody. And by 8 minutes left in the second half, the really good teams were like, holy fuck, we're down 8, we're down 9. And they were always trying to fight to come back and shooting themselves out of the gym until they got down to the really nitty gritty. I think they got to the Sweet 16 last year. Yeah. And the teams were like, all right, let's calm down. We can beat them. Let's let them score. But they're only hitting 40% of their threes right now. Oh. If we can hit 60% of our twos, we're going to fucking win.
But when you look at this here
and calm down and stop shooting stupid shots.
When you look at offensive and defensive efficiency, these two guys are dead even on both numbers. So do you think this 45% 3-point can last for back-to-back games? Two days later.
It did last year.
Killing it.
It did last year.
Because it's tough. Because if they hit their threes, they could easily beat Iowa. Iowa's not some super offensive juggernaut. But if they miss their threes, Iowa's not going to let you get back into a game if they get up. So, like, I guess it just falls on, do we believe 45% from 3 is real? Do we believe that's what they're going to do?
We believed in the upset so far. Let's keep it riding, bro.
Let's keep it riding. I think they can hit threes twice in a row. I don't.
Iowa's not a team. Iowa's one of those teams that's going to try to shoot themselves back into the game if that happens. Yeah. LSU all day. I don't know why
this is crazy.
Colgate gets so much love.
Colgate gets.
They're not showing LSU any love with our stats, bro.
It's because of the new. The new coach probably shouldn't show up in our stats, I guess.
I kind of agree with that. That's a blowout. I need to grab a beer.
All right.
What's the next one?
We'll finish this up. We're in the Sweet 16. Go get a beer. Let's talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Because we're at an hour and 20.
You know what? While you're at the You're wearing Gator shit. I want to know. The people want to know. Do you really think they have a chance to win the NIT, or is Oklahoma going to run that shit?
Oklahoma is trash.
Huh?
I said Oklahoma's trash.
I thought they won tonight. That's the only team I saw that was in the NIT.
They might
so
have
far.
won. I honestly don't know if Oklahoma
I
won.
think they won.
Dayton, I think, is the team that's expected to win the NIT. How do I just open a new tab? There we go. It's hard when I have this freaking screen here. So the 4-1 seeds are SMU, Texas A&M, because they got fucked.
They did get fucked.
Where's the bracket? Oh, here it is. So it's SMU, Texas A&M, Dayton, and Oklahoma. So you're right about Oklahoma. Florida definitely has a chance to win. We're gonna beat Xavier, and then we'll face Dayton, which I get that Dayton was the first team out of the tournament, but they're Dayton playing an SEC school. Listen, if Colin Castleton wants to win the NIT, we can win the NIT. Because we might honestly face up against Texas A&M again in the final. And
that would be absolutely fucking amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah, we could totally win. All right, so let's get this thing finished up. Gonzaga and Vermont. Is Vermont, the upset special, going to be within 10 points of Gonzaga? Will they be even close in this bracket?
Yeah, because they are one of those stat stuffers.
Nope, they ain't close. Gonzaga's that team, though. We know that.
How you get it before me, and you're like, nope. I'm like,
we'll have to pick against them probably in the future, just regardless, because on stats, they're the best team. Do we believe this? So the Coach K special, he's on his retirement tour. Texas Tech is the team that I have beating them, and I would say 90% of my brackets. The Coach K, they have Paolo Banchero. They have 5 first-round picks. Well, 4 guaranteed first-round picks, potentially 5. Texas Tech probably has 0. They just have all those guys that if you sign them to your NBA team, you're going to be happy, but they're not these lottery picks. So what do you think? Do you think a team full of lottery picks can beat a team full of fifth-year seniors, basically?
Not really. I mean, I have Texas Tech winning in a lot of my brackets, and seeing this is kind of like, holy shit, what do they really see in Duke?
They see Paolo Banchero. I'm telling you, dude is good.
I mean, yeah, he's really fucking good. But we've seen North Carolina, they're able to take the ball out of his hands and nobody else can win.
Virginia Tech, same thing.
If Texas Tech can just run that fucking ACC tournament shit back and the last game of the regular season back, then they'll be able to see, okay, this is what we need to do to win, and they can absolutely get it done. I don't think this 10-point spread is right whatsoever.
All right, so what do we want to do? We want to go with
it. I have Texas Tech in a lot of my shit.
Me too. We should ride high. Sorry, Coach K, your run-ins here. All right. So St. Mary's and Baylor. It's within 10. We can definitely talk about it.
I think this is where St. Mary's luck runs out.
I think it'll be a lot closer than people think. They're not going to get blown out like some just scrub West Coast Conference team.
They're going to have to figure out a way to get more rebounds than Baylor. Like, that's what it's going to come down to. They're just going to have to figure out a way to get more second chance points, and it's not going to happen.
I think
too fucking big, too physical, too strong. And on the boards, these St. Mary's cats, they're going to be really overwhelmed with it, and this is where they fizzle out. But they had a hell of a run. They got to see a good stadium.
It's what we saw against Gonzaga too, right? Like, they shut down the best player on Gonzaga's team, and Gonzaga still won by like 15 points in the conference championship. Like, that's what Baylor's going to be able to do. You can shut down one. Baylor's going to be able to use a lot of other people. So Purdue and Kentucky, I think Kentucky's going to win by a lot more.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. Well, we were talking just the last round about Purdue being upset by a 11 seed. So I don't know why we're so close on some of these, but it's happening.
That's crazy. That kind of makes me want to go switch the 11 seed real quick and see what it would be. But we ain't got time for that.
Yeah, right. We're already pretty.
I agree.
This is where Houston, listen, I love Houston. They're American with us. They're coming to the Big 12 with us. They have to be able to score, and they can't score with Arizona. It just can't happen. So All right. So we do need one double-digit seed in the Elite Eight. It always happens. Is it Loyola Chicago? Will they upset this 5-point analytics score? Will they catch bad Tennessee?
Yes.
We're going to believe. We believe in you, Loyola. Do you think?
I'm just more so scared of Sister Jean.
You're scared of Sister Jean.
Yeah.
All right. The only other double-digit seed that had a chance, rolling through Kansas in our thing.
And I actually do think they do have a chance, but I'm honestly don't think it's going to go that far. I think Kansas is going to be able to get through.
The best San Diego State team can do what we're seeing on these analytics, but you have to get this every single week. And I think they'll get it in back-to-back games. They'll win their weekend or whatever, and then they'll have a week off. And then they have to play again on a Thursday against the number 1 seed right after knowing a week ago they've won 2 huge games. And I just don't think they'll be able to pick it back up and do it again. These analytics take into account none of that. They take
no emotion.
One game at a time. And I just think South Dakota State at this point is going to be happy to be here. They'll be super happy that they won that first weekend. And I just think Kansas has work to do. They don't.
I agree.
They're going to keep.
I agree 1,000%.
But the team can beat Kansas. So if it happens, don't be surprised.
Yeah. This game here is going to be fucking awesome.
And
this game here is going to be absolutely awesome to watch.
We've seen this game 3 times. Let me see if I can get it to. Hold on. La, 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 la. We've seen this game 3 times, and or no, only once. And Auburn won by 15 points.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. This was a while back, I believe. They're not going to win again. I don't think by that much. I think Auburn pulls it out, but it's going to be a close game. LSU's really switched their lineups up a lot here in the last little bit and figured it out and tinkered with some shit. And that 63.5 a game, they're going to be up there. I think this game's going to be a higher scoring game than their average.
Mm-hmm.
But
I definitely think LSU can beat them. Like,
I think they can beat them for sure, but Auburn's just too fucking good. They're too well coached.
They have probably the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah,
Jabari Smith.
I don't think LSU has enough. Auburn's going to go wild, but yeah, it's going to be a close fucking game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, LSU will just hound them, and if Auburn's superstar Jabari can't get it done, then LSU will take advantage of every missed shot that he had. Every missed shot that he has.
I agree.
Gonzaga, man, they will be stumbled. They're a choke artist at some point. All right, so here's where we think that UK is or KU. It's UK for Kentucky.
UK, yeah.
We both said it earlier in the podcast. They should be the number 1 team in this division or in this region. It should have literally just flip-flopped. Kentucky should be number 1. Baylor should be number 2. And I agree with this. I actually think it'll be a little bit of more of a blowout than our score here has.
Yeah, I think Calipari is one of those coaches where he knows how to go with the younger guys. He's like the Nick Saban of basketball kind of, but instead of doing the boats on the lake, he does the dances and the money. Yeah. Like, he knows how to really care to these guys. And if you don't think he's sitting there letting these guys know that they should be where Baylor's at, you're crazy. So they're going to be fighting their ass off to get that point, knowing if they do get there, they're going to be one win away from the fucking finals.
Yeah.
And he's going to have them boys hyped up. And Kentucky's got some fucking ballers, bro. And they have a lot of guys who can get inside of that defense and really go to work against them. So it's going to be it could be a double-digit win.
Yeah. So here's our double-digit Elite 8 seed. The defensive team, Loyola Chicago, against the all-offense Arizona. And our analytics have Sister Jean maybe just a little too far as the underdog.
They're right.
And they are right. And Arizona plays both sides of the ball. Loyola is well known for their defense. They do what they do. But most brackets have Arizona versus Gonzaga, and that's for a reason. So I just think Arizona is too good for that entire region. But this game is going to be huge. Now, remember, South Dakota State could be here. And if South Dakota State is here,
They're
Don't
fucking Auburn up.
Yeah, don't overlook them. They match up perfectly for Auburn.
Yeah.
Kansas doesn't match up as well for Auburn, and this is really just team versus best player, and Auburn's going to try to feed their man. He's going to try to score 35. Kansas is going to have 5 people in double figures, and it's going to be one of those type of matchups. Who do you see coming out of this?
I really think Auburn is going to be able to get it done just with their defense. They have a lot of big guys other than Smith, and that game against Tennessee is one of the only games I watched them play, and it was hilarious to watch because he sucked. He was frustrated. He was pissed off. And Bruce Pearl was pissed off because he was fucking on a court that was almost fucking named after his ass, and he was getting ran out of the fucking court. But I think that they learned a big lesson after that game, and after the shit show that they put in the SEC tournament. Then yeah, they should be able to figure it out. The shit show where they were still able to kind of hold their own. But it's not the Auburn team that we got used to in the beginning of the year where we thought they could end up as a 1 seed and really only lose 3 or 4 games. I think they'll get back to that. Kansas has no fucking chance in this game, I don't think.
I think Kansas wins this game if they get here. I think Bill Self's the better coach. I've never liked Bruce Pearl personally.
Let's flip the bic. Label, no label.
Label is the favorite because why not? So the 1 seed.
Label, Kansas, Auburn, right?
Sure. That's no label, right?
Yeah, no label.
All right, Auburn, get it done.
Please.
All right, so our final 4 is 1-2 and 1-2.
No, I kind of want you to go back and change it.
Why?
I don't know, because it favored what I was talking about. And now I'm scared if I'm wrong, he's gonna fuck up our whole bracket.
All right, so this is showing to be a blowout. That's not the case. Gonzaga has to choke at some point, right? So is it going to be in the Final Four, or is it going to be in the championship, or will they just not choke? I guess that is an option.
That is definitely an option, but in my think about a bracket, this is where they choke for sure. Kentucky doesn't have a 7-1 unicorn that can do a lot, but they do have big men. Their 3 guard, I think, is 6'8". They have some big fucking dudes. Their point guard's 6'4". They have some big ass guys that are going to be able to stop them off the perimeter. So I don't think Gonzaga is going to be able to do what they usually do against people. And Kentucky's one of those teams that's able to, as we know, slow it down, get into their play, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to be able to get to their play. Gonzaga's not a team that's going to be able to disrupt you that much. So yeah, I don't see them. I don't know who replaced Jalen, but yeah, I don't see this team being able to get through Kentucky.
Well, so it sucks because I don't like going over the double-digit thing, but I feel like Gonzaga. I'm just going to click real quick. I feel like
we did
Gonzaga,
20-minute locks. 20s were locks.
I was about to say I feel like Gonzaga is going to be 10 over anybody, but yeah, you're right. It was 20. So
what's Auburn? What's Gonzaga and Auburn though? Real quick.
I mean, Zona is going to be the best one.
Oh yeah, but
that's a 20, almost a 20 point.
Zona's gonna fuck Auburn up.
So Kentucky though, so Mark Few and Gonzaga is that the best team. They're the squad. They're going to go into their sets. They're going to beat you. Kentucky can also do that, but they also have 5 one-and-done dudes. They can out-athlete you. They can outrun you. They can out-jump you. They can listen. Corey Kispert is good. He's a good player, but he can't jump 20 feet in the air like some of these Kentucky big men can.
Yeah.
And it's just going to come down to athleticism. At some point, it has to. And
if you have the unicorn going and Chet's one of those guys who can put the ball on the floor. So once he goes to bring that bitch up off the floor or even dribbling it, these Kentucky guys are real fucking quick. And you best believe John Calipari's smart ass is coaching the fuck out of them on defense. And he's been doing it since Derrick Rose was under him. Right when
that ball touches
you don't get it.
floor,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't get it on the ball going down. You get it on the ball coming up.
Yeah. As soon as the ball touches the floor, there's gonna be 3 blue shirts right there.
So that shit's gone. That shit is gone. I don't think Gonzaga has a chance in hell in this game. This is the game they choke. It's going to be close, but they're going to be scratching and clawing to get over 60 points in this game, I feel like.
I always thought Kentucky was the most athletically gifted team in the whole conference, and I think Arizona is the best team in the whole thing.
Yeah, Arizona's going to do work. 12 points. I think 12 points is showing a little bit of love to old, what's his name? No, it's not Jalen Smith, right? That was the old Phoenix Suns guy. That's why I said Smith.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith. But yeah, that's showing a lot of love to Jabari right there. For
Arizona's a squad. Game. They've run through everybody. The Pac-12 was not competition for them. They've lost 3 games? 4? No, 3. I think the whole year. They're too good. They're just too good. And
remember when they weren't shit? Who was the mustache guy? Oh, that was Gonzaga.
That was Gonzaga. Arizona's had some ballers, but they also had a bunch of scandal, and they got kicked out of a lot of shit. All right, so now 2 teams I'd rather not have in this championship. Arizona, alma mater of our boy Marco. Shout out to
Marco,
you. And
Marco.
Kentucky, who I absolutely hate. I cannot stand John Calipari, but he's the best recruiter in the league. So what do you see happening here? This is a good matchup. I think this is definitely a possibility. And what do we see coming out of this?
This is a huge toss-up, man. I definitely think Arizona is going to be able to, like you said, they're just that team. They've played teams in the Pac-12. UCLA that kind of mimics Kentucky. I mean, UCLA doesn't have the cats that Kentucky has.
Hey, both of these guys are Wildcats. Can we just say that the Wildcats are going to win?
Oh, shit. That's awesome. But yeah, they don't have the cats that Kentucky has. And wait, Kentucky doesn't have, they don't have, I forget what I was talking, the cats.
UCLA doesn't have the cats.
Yeah, UCLA doesn't have the cats that Kentucky has. But Arizona has better cats than Kentucky has. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game. I do have Kentucky winning in one of my brackets just because anything can happen. And this is one of those games like they're both well coached, both great coaches. Will never say Calipari is a good coach. As you just said, he was a great recruiter. But both great coaches. I don't think they're ever going to sit. You could call coaches warnings and fucking free throws for technicals on coaches and almost kick them out after the third one because they're going to be on the court the whole fucking time. That little stripe that's supposed to stop them will not. It's not one of those smart cards that target and shit. And so it's going to be a fun game. If this is the finals, it could be one of the highest rating finals in recent memory, just because it's going to be a fucking great game. 57-64, you could probably add 15 points to each total.
For sure. Yeah.
Make it 72 to fucking 79. Fucking way, maybe even more than that. These guys can hoop, bro. And the thing is, they're both really fucking fast.
Yeah, they're gonna run.
Yeah, they don't really like to slow the ball down and get into pace. When they do, their coaches yell at them. So they want to get down and get in the ball in the basket and keep those mismatches going and score within the first 10 seconds of the clock. So this would be awesome.
This is 2 teams that are every year high expectations, and every year I feel like underachieve in the tournament. So if these 2 guys match up in the finals, this would be expected. But then is there a team that could underachieve? And it's got to be my bias, but I feel like Kentucky's the team that could underachieve. I don't see Arizona underachieving. I think we know what we get out of Arizona. And yes, Kentucky can beat Arizona, but I think if you play this game 100 times, Arizona wins 65-70 of them. And that's why I think like Arizona is probably the favorite here, but it could be a toss-up. But I just think Kentucky will let us down more than Arizona will let us down. And that's why I think Arizona.
Oh, for sure. If we were back in Vegas right now and we were putting money down on who was going to win and we had to pick one of these 2 with a gun to our head, we're putting it on Arizona. Like that's just the way the cookie's going to crumble here. And hey, hopefully no scrubs allowed us witness us winning $1 million and making this podcast a lot better than it was when we recorded this.
Here it is, Arizona. So what's our tiebreaker? You said 80s. They could definitely get to the 80s.
Pick one real quick.
Pick one.
What? Just do the eye real quick. Do the eye. Oh. I'm pointing at my fucking camera or at my screen. Let's shout out Invesco QQQ real
Yeah.
quick for presenting us this to
awesome
use.
thing here.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't get fucking sued or taken
So
down.
84 is my winning score. What do you think the losing score is?
Ooh, Kentucky's gonna score about 75.
75. 84 to 75. That'd be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing. I hope you guys saw all that sharing. You might not have. Who knows? Who knows how this thing works? But
We'll see.
if not, you just saw
We're
us
just fucking
talking
around with a black screen. Yeah, and a little
these little tiny boxes. But hey, whatever, man. We learn as we go. But we are an hour and a half into this, so we got Kentucky and Arizona. If you want to listen to us and go with it. I think it'll be a good game. We don't have a tournament bracket. You guys aren't listening this far anyway if you want to join us, but let's do it. Let's do it, Arizona. I can't, it's hard to say that. But I don't want Kentucky winning either. This tournament sucks. There's no Florida. There's no UCF.
Yeah, that's why
there's no Wake Forest.
I look at my head right now. Why do I look like this with my hat?
There's nobody that I actually like. There's Colorado's not here. There's nobody that I'm even somewhat of a fan of. So if I had to pick with my heart, just emotionally, which team do I like the most? It'd probably be Marquette. Go Marquette. I'm down with Marquette.
Bro, St. Mary's is my team, dog. But Jackrabbits.
Yeah,
Jackrabbits got a special place in my heart. No, I'm kidding.
I think mine would be Marquette just because of the history of Marquette. And I love Shaka Smart. I loved him when he was at Texas, even though he sucked. I loved him when he was at VCU. I liked everything about him. So
yeah, I'm pissed off I don't get to see Peter Kiss because he was trash talking all that. But yeah, I'm excited for it. March Madness. I'm really excited for next week to talk about football, our favorite sport. Yeah, man. This was a fun episode though. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. There's so many sports right now. Right now is the sports time. Basketball's wrapping around. Baseball should be starting up. F1 is starting up. Football's getting into free agency. It's huge. It's crazy.
AFL.
But AFL is starting this weekend. Ooh, super exciting.
Yeah.
It's just so check out all the sports, man. It's crazy. We can't keep up because this isn't a full-time job for us. But keep up, watch them. We love them. We'll keep it going. We're going to try to get more into the podcast, but again, it's not our full-time job. So we have to
it's tough.
Take it where we can. But continue fighting, continue watching. Sports are huge. Sports are awesome. Sports are around. So just, keep watching sports. And as always, be a stud, not a scrub.